Hey, welcome back to Business 101, Introduction to Management. This is now our second video in our module number 5, dealing with the topic of management. Now, in the first video, I just wanted to get you to think about what the opportunities are for us as we grow in our understanding of management and how that might apply to our own personal careers as leaders and managers in the future. In this particular video, the second video, what I want to do is to start to take a look at the actual practice of management, and I think we might start with the end in mind. What does that mean? Well, as you can see from this title slide, what management accomplishes. What is the goal of management, and what are some examples of what great management looks like in products and services? So, the definition from the textbook for management is deploying an organization's resources to achieve its goals. Now that doesn't sound very exciting, and it's certainly not glamorous or intriguing, but this really is a fine art, knowing and exercising not only the knowledge but the wisdom of how to deploy an organization's resources to best achieve its goals. So one of the first questions becomes, what are the goals you're trying to accomplish? Is it only to maximize profit? Is it only financial? And for most organizations, that's not entirely true, is it? We have lofty goals as organizations, and we have lofty goals as individuals in our careers, in our professional careers. Yes, as a business professor, one of my goals is to have a role which of course provides for me and my family, that pays me. But more importantly than that, one of my other goals is to make sure that a sufficient number of bright young women and bright young men graduate with the knowledge they need to do something great in this world with their careers. Because quite frankly, it's going to take bright young women and bright young men to make a change in the world that we have. Does this make sense? I hope that it does. And so there are layers upon layers of goals and objectives and things that we want to accomplish, not only individually and personally, but also as organizations. And that is what great management does. Management looks at the resources that the organization has and then chooses to wisely and efficiently and effectively deploy those resources to accomplish the organization's goals. Now, what kind of goals are we talking about? Well, take a look at this slide. You see 3 products that you're probably familiar with, right? The McDonald's French fry, Jamba Juice, and of course, a pair of Doc Marten boots. So let's talk about this, because these two are organizational goals. Well, wait a minute, these are just products. No, those are organizational goals. Let me see if I can illustrate this. You know that McDonald's has, well, hundreds of thousands of stores around the world, including in other places not in the United States. And if you've had the pleasure, the opportunity to travel internationally, then you may know that McDonald's in other countries, well, they have some interesting menu items that we don't have in McDonald's here in the United States. You can truly get local cuisine at a McDonald's. You can get sushi at McDonald's, in certain McDonald's in Japan. You can get Kona coffee, local Kona coffee, at some McDonald's restaurants in Hawaii. You can get local cuisine. But one thing you can always get at a McDonald's, no matter what the variations in the menu are, you can get a serving of McDonald's French fries. And the McDonald's French fries you get at any McDonald's around the world, they're exactly the same. Wonderfully golden brown, just the right amount of salt, tasty, oily, greasy, and you can drop them under the driver's seat of your car, and in 2 weeks when you find it, put it in the microwave. It's just as good as when you got it out of the drive-through window. Well, the thing is, this is an organizational goal of McDonald's, to have absolute uniformity and consistency every time someone buys an order of McDonald's French fries, no matter where they are around the world. Why can you count on the consistency of the McDonald's French fry? Because of great management, wisely deploying not only resources but processes and standards in such a way as to guarantee to the customer like you and I that when we walk into a McDonald's restaurant, no matter where it is in the world, the French fry will be just like the French fry we grew up with at home. The same is true for Jamba Juice in the slide just below the McDonald's French fries, right? That you are supposed to be able to count on Jamba Juice, that no matter where you order an Orange Dream machine, it's going to come out the same, no matter where in the country you've gone into a Jamba Juice franchise. Now, I have had students tell me that's not always entirely true. And that means that while that may be a managerial goal of Jamba Juice, that maybe they have to do a better job at what they're doing in order to actually accomplish and execute on that goal. Now, you see the right-hand side there. What do you see? Well, this is my pair of Doc Martens boots, and I love these boots. I really do. I will tell you that I ordered these boots online. Now, why do I tell you that? Because the majority of the clothes that I purchase now, I buy online. I just don't like going to the shopping mall. I never have. And people ask me all the time, how can you buy shoes online? How do you know that they're actually going to fit you as opposed to trying them on in the store? And, I try to buy from places that have a pretty liberal return policy, obviously, so that if they don't fit, I can just put them right back and it doesn't cost me a thing to send them back, but a little bit of time and inconvenience. But here's the thing. Great management ensures that when I get that box on my front porch and I open it up, that I don't end up with like a clown shoe and like a little baby infant shoe. When I open the box, those shoes are going to fit me. And why is that important? That's important for a couple of reasons, right? Because the customer nowadays, especially with the advent of social media, the customer always has a voice, right? If I bought from some online source and the shoes came back and one was like this and one was like this, I would write about that. I would review that. And man, their sales would suffer. But wise management, good management, makes sure that I'm delighted when I open that box and that shoe is exactly what I want it to be. It's the color, it's the texture, it's the smell, it's everything. Aesthetically, it looks exactly as I was expecting it to. That is what great management accomplishes. It takes a variety of complexity, different sources of leather, different sources of shoelaces, etc., right? Or in McDonald's case, different sources for potatoes, different languages in different countries, right? Those kinds of things. It takes complexity, and from complexity, wise, good management brings forth what? Consistency. Consistency that the customer can count on. It's a promise to the customer. Every time you do business with us, you'll get a delightful customer experience. And what makes that happen? Great management. I hope that helps. We'll see you in the next lecture.